The Saanen is a Swiss breed of domestic goat. It takes its name from the Saanental in the Bernese Oberland, in the southern part of the canton of Bern, in western Switzerland. It is a highly productive dairy goat and is distributed in more than 80 countries worldwide. History. The Saanen originates in the historic region of Saanen and in the neighboring Simmental, both in the Bernese Oberland, in the southern part of the canton of Bern, in western Switzerland. Saanen Goat. Overview. The Saanen Goat is native to Switzerland's canton, region, of Bern in the Saône Valley. The breed was developed in the late 1800s by crossing local goats with alpine breeds from France. The result was a white-haired dairy goat that could easily adapt to various climates and terrains. By 1904, Swiss breeders had created an official breed standard for the Saanen goat, and has given rise to many local sub-breeds, often through crossbreeding with local goats. Among these local variants are the Banat White in Romania, the British Saanen, the French Saanen, the Israeli Saanen, the Russian White, the Weisse Deutsche Edelsiege in Germany, and the Yugoslav Saanen. A black variant, the Sable Saanen, was recognized as a breed in New Zealand in the 1980s. Characteristics. The Saanen is the largest breed of Swiss goat. Billies stand about 90 centimeters at the withers and weigh a minimum of 85 kilograms. It has white skin and a short white coat. Some small pigmented areas may be tolerated. It may be horned or hornless, and tassels may be present. The profile may be straight or somewhat concave. The ears are erect and point upwards and forwards.
But I certainly would like to mention her as being one of the stronger goats in this lineup. When I look at my 7-year-old and my 3-year-old doe, I think there is some trade-offs. The 7-year-old does excel in general appearance and strength of front end assembly, but in terms of the other 3 categories of the scorecard, their strength, body capacity, and mammary system, I think you have to give the nod to this 3-year-old. So beautiful mammary system.
Use and management. The Saanen is the most productive milk goat of Switzerland, which has the most productive milking goats in the world. Average milk yield is 838 kilograms in a lactation of 264 days. The milk should have a minimum of 3.2% fat and 2.7% protein. It is not well suited to extensive management, and is usually raised intensively. Being pale-skinned, it does not tolerate strong sun. And the Saanen goat is an excellent choice for anyone looking for a hardy, reliable farm animal. These white-haired goats are known for their good health, high productivity, and docile disposition. Saanens are primarily kept for their milk production as they produce more milk than other dairy breeds of goats, up to 3 gallons per day. They also make great pets due to their docile temperaments. However, like all goats, they require regular care and attention from humans in order for them to remain healthy and happy. History of the Saanen goat breed. The Saanen goat breed is one steeped in history, and its enduring popularity is a testament to its resilience. Originating from the French-speaking Swiss valleys of the Saône, these adaptable little creatures have found success beyond their homeland, becoming particularly popular among dairy goat farmers in Australia. Ironically, it was the New South Wales Department of Agriculture that introduced the first Saanens to Australia back in 1913, with an importation of $2 and 10 Ds from Switzerland and France for their Ningen experimental farm. After World War II, the department increased its number with a further $5 and 6 Ds, while some private breeders also imported Saanen goats. Though these imports received some crossbreeding overseas, the Australian-bred Saanen goats are said to be of world standard and have set numerous milk production records. In fact, this adaptable breed has been known to be used around the world as a part of grading up local breeds due to their strength and milk production efficiency. What do Saanen goats look like? The Saanen is an average-sized goat, with Ds weighing at least 64 kilograms and bucks measuring 94 centimeters at the withers. The coat of a Saanen is typically white to creamy white in color, short and fine in texture, with a possible fringe around the spine and thighs. Apart from their size and magnificent coats, another iconic feature of Saanens is their ears, usually erect, along with either straight or dished faces. Horns may or may not be present at birth. Upon reaching maturity, female Saanens are roughly 30 inches at the withers and weigh 135 pounds, while males measure approximately 32 inches tall, topping off the scales at 160 pounds or more. All in all, there's no denying that these animals have a majestic appearance. Saanen Goats. Behavioral characteristics. Saanens are one of the most popular goat breeds due to their calm and gentle demeanor. Characterized as hardy, calm, and even sweet, these large animals make exceptional companions for children and beginner goat owners. Saanens are also known for being very adaptable to new situations and environments. As such, they are well suited for machine milking as long as a routine is established beforehand. Because of their docile nature, the Saanen stands out among other goat breeds as a reliable and easy to care for companion animal. Is the Saanen goat good for dairy? The Saanen goat is gaining popularity as a dairy breed because of its ability to produce quality milk for cheese, yogurt, and other dairy products. Its stature is medium-large, with rugged bones and plenty of energy that puts it ahead of other breeds in terms of milk productivity. A typical Saanen doe may yield 3% to 4% milk fat, making them the ideal choice for commercial purposes. These animals are easy to care for and maintain, which makes them an attractive option not only for those looking to produce milk and other dairy-related products but also for individuals raising goats as household pets. How much milk does a Saanen goat produce per day? On average, a Saanen goat can produce up to 3 gallons of high-quality milk per day. This type of goat is especially well suited for small farms, as their relatively small size compared to other dairy goats keeps maintenance costs and space requirements to a minimum. Is Saanen milk good? This type of milk is said to have one of the highest levels of fat and protein compared to other kinds of milk. It also has several antioxidative properties, helping to lower cholesterol levels and boost immunity. Can you raise Saanen goats for meat? One might assume that raising Saanen goats for meat production is easy and economical, but unfortunately, that isn't the case. Although a hardy breed of goat, the Saanen's meat doesn't taste as good as other breeds, which makes it less desirable than other breeds when it comes to producing goat meat. Finding a market for the product can be tricky as well. Therefore, you'd be better off sticking to another breed of meat goat, like boar, instead. Can you raise Saanen goats for fiber? Raising goats for fiber can be a fulfilling and rewarding experience. However, it is important to remember that not all goat breeds are suited to this purpose. Saanen goats, for example, have long been prized for their meat and milk production rather than the qualities of their fur or wool. Although the softness and insulating capabilities of the Saanen's coats are impressive in their own right, these animals simply do not produce enough fiber to make them suitable as an option for those looking to cultivate textiles from their flock. In short, if you're looking for a breed that produces substantial amounts of wool or other types of fibers for knitting or weaving, then Saanen goats most likely aren't the way to go. Pros and cons of Saanen goats. The most notable benefit of raising Saanens is their exceptional milk production. This breed has been bred over time to produce high volumes of milk. In fact, they can produce up to 3 times more than other dairy breeds, such as Nubians or Toggenburgs. Not only that, but Saanens are known for their gentle personalities. These goats tend to be laid back and easygoing, which makes them great for children who want to learn how to raise farm animals. Saanen goats have proven to be hardy and resilient animals. Their hooves are highly resistant to disease, and they don't require much maintenance. They make great pack animals as their long legs and strong hooves allow them to traverse rough terrain with ease. In addition, Saanen goats are world famous for the quality of milk they produce, making them ideal dairy goats. Highly intelligent, they get along well with other animals and children. These qualities mean that Saanen goats are low maintenance and perfect for first-time farmers looking for a friendly animal. Despite these benefits, there are some drawbacks to owning this particular breed as well. For starters, because they were selectively bred for milk production, they tend to have higher nutrition needs than other breeds. This means that you will need more hay and grain in order to keep them healthy and happy. Plus, because these goats are so docile by nature, they may not be able to protect themselves if predators enter your property, so it's important to stay vigilant when it comes to keeping an eye out for potential threats. Tips for raising Saanen goats. Raising Saanen goats can be a satisfying experience, but taking care of these animals requires some special considerations. Be aware of the climate. Raising Saanen goats can be quite a rewarding experience, but it's important to understand their needs. They need to be in temperatures that are cool but not too cold, so it's important to provide ample shade and limit their exposure to direct sunlight. You may want to consider finding shelter or constructing a fence if the goat barn doesn't provide enough protection. Good shelter is essential. One of the most important aspects of providing for a Saanen goat is shelter. These goats have light-colored skin and short fur, making them more vulnerable to sunburn and other environmental hazards when left exposed to the elements. Dedicating an area with plenty of space and ample cover from the wind, cold, and rain will ensure they stay happy and healthy throughout their lives. Keep them together. One key tip is to keep the goats in herds to ensure they stay healthy and happy. Herds provide companionship while reducing stress. A good idea when forming herds is to group similar-age goats together, an all-adult herd or a mixed bunch of adults and kids, for example. Don't be afraid of hilly terrain. One of the most important tips is to allow your Saanens to roam hilly terrain. This type of goat originates in the Swiss Alps and is well suited for trekking through large hills and valleys. Not only will this keep your goats entertained, but it also ensures they stay healthy with plenty of exercise and stimulation. Build tall fences and prevent digging. When raising Saanen goats, building tall fences and preventing digging are essential tasks to ensure their safety and security. These animals require sturdy boundaries around their perimeter to keep them safe from predators and other risks. Keep in mind that Saanens possess superior agility, so the fences should be constructed with several layers of heavy-duty materials to prevent any attempts of escape. Moreover, the fencing must be buried several inches into the ground to prevent any headstrong goats from attempting to dig underneath it. Provide a balanced diet. During the grazing seasons, Saanen goats will need to have access to many types of grasses and legumes so that their diet will naturally offer a vitally balanced variety. For the autumn and winter months, when pasture is limited, it's important to provide plenty of nutrient-rich supplementary feed. High milk production requires extra vitamins and minerals. Don't forget fresh water as part of your goat's daily nourishment. All goats need it for the proper regulation of digestion and overall health. Where to buy Saanen goats? If you are looking for a Saanen goat to add to your farm, there are a few places to buy them. It is likely that the most cost-effective option is purchasing a kid directly from a local breeder. Depending on its quality, the price of the goat can range anywhere from $100 to $300. If your goal is to add strong milk production to your farm, however, it may be worth considering buying a proven nanny who has a record of high production. The cost of this type of Saanen goat will vary based on its history and current condition, but it will likely come with a higher price tag than the kids. What is the lifespan of a Saanen goat? Saanen goats, known for their use in the dairy and meat industries, are an incredibly hardy breed of animal. They have a lifespan between 9 and 15 years, with the potential for increased longevity if properly cared for. With proper nutrition, exercise, and adequate space, Saanen goats can live anywhere from a decade to almost 2 decades. No wonder it's been referred to as the best of best. If you are planning on raising Saanen goats for commercial or home milk production, Saanen goats are not little dairy goats. These are special big girls. They deserve your special attention and understanding before you bring them home. With the demand for purebred Saanen increasing, careful breeding was necessary. Many purebred Saanen goats were then imported to America farmers for breeding. Due to careful breeding, farmers were able to get superior quantities of milk. Due to its popularity, the breed quickly spread in the USA. Saanen goat is no doubt on the top dairy goats of the world, and in terms of milk production, it's only beaten by Alpines. Advantages and disadvantages are raising Saanen goats. As a prospective goat farmer, it's important that you know all the cons and pros of raising Saanen goats. This will ensure that you focus on maximizing your gains while addressing potential challenges accordingly. Advantages of Saanen dairy goat. They are among the top milk producers, can give 4 to 5 liters of milk per day. Boast of high feed conversion ration, FCR. They have a docile temperament, hence easy to raise. These girls are top achievers in cold climates such as winter. Hardy and resistant to many goat diseases and infections. Have high reproductive efficiency, most give birth to twins or triplets. They're super strong, making them super pack goats. Adapts well for either open grazing or stall feeding. Disadvantages of Saanen goat. Have high nutritional needs, require more protein food for higher milk production. Saanen goats have a habit of burrowing under a fence to escape. Their milk has a low butter content. Being large, they'll need wider grazing areas and larger shelters. Uses of Saanen goats. Saanen dairy goat is known for its very high milk production, averaging 838 kilograms during its 264 days of lactation. Its milk constitutes 3.2% fat and 2.7% protein. The goat's main commercial dairy products include drinking milk, yogurt, ice cream, soap. Saanen goat's milk, like most goat milk, is popular due to its unique taste and rich nutrients believed to have great health benefits. Did you know that in terms of enzyme compositions, goat's milk is close to human milk? If you focus on keeping a goat primarily for milk production, Saanen goat, due to its high milk production, makes a perfect selection for your dairy goat farming business. Raising Saanen goats. The cost of buying a doe. When you decide to pick on a superior Saanen goat breed, the cost will vary significantly. Different Saanen goat breeders charge different rates. Other factors determining the cost is the age of the goat and the breed quality. Superior purebred Saanen kid costs between $100 to $300. For your dairy farming business, it's highly recommended that you consider buying only the top quality purebred doe. If you begin with high quality, the returns sing your song. Consider purchasing at least more than one Saanen doe. This is because, like all goats, a Saanen goat will be healthier and happier in the company of other goats. If you are beginning low, raising 2 or 3 goats will be ideal. Buying Saanen is what to consider. Suitable breed. If your focus is on milk production, it's important to plan on purchasing only high-quality dairy breeds. Consulting an experienced Saanen goat farmer will be helpful. Your vet can guide you accordingly in ensuring that you only get a suitable breed with no signs of sickness or abnormal features. High-quality Saanen should be either white or light cream with no spots. Ensure that the doe you're purchasing has the distinct features of a purebred Saanen goat. Buying your Saanen doe goats from certified goat breeders is highly recommended. This will ensure you get a healthy and high-quality breed for better and quicker returns on your investment. Initial vaccination. Saanen goats are known to be hardy and resistant to common illnesses and infections. However, before buying it's important that they are vaccinated against common viruses. Don't risk bringing a non-vaccinated Saanen goat on your farm. Before buying a doe, consult your veterinarian to advise on the necessary vaccines, deworming requirements, and related costs. Suitable feeds and feeding schedule. As you plan on buying your new Saanen doe goat, ensure that you've made all the necessary arrangements for its feeding requirements. Consult a dairy goat expert for advice. Let a goat professional assess your farm to ensure it's free from plants that may be harmful to your Saanen goat. Don't take chances. How many Saanen goats should you start with? As a new goat keeper, it's prudent that you start small and increase your stock as you gain experience. This is because raising a large herd will be challenging if you're not well prepared in advance. By starting with a few high-quality goats, it will be cheaper for you to breed them and expand your herd gradually as you desire. As earlier mentioned, beginning with just a single goat is not a good idea. Consider at least 2 or 3 goats. Shelter requirements. To keep your Saanen goat comfortable and healthy, it's important that you provide them with suitable shelter. Due to their fair skin, they'll require a lot of shade in a hot climate region. Letting them roam about in the hot sun with no shade is not recommended. Providing them with a dry and warm shelter with adequate space to exercise is ideal. Take note that if you're to be a licensed dairy goat farmer, you'll be required to conform to specific requirements. One of them is providing a suitable shelter for your Saanen dairy goats. A shelter of not less than 15 square feet per goat is recommended by professional breeders. If your focus is to keep Saanens for personal milk consumption, a simple but suitable shelter will be adequate. It's however important that you provide your does with enough space to roam around. Construct a suitable fence that will safely keep them on your farm. Do not construct a shelter for your Saanens near a noisy or busy area. They'll not feel safe and secure, and this will adversely affect their milk production. Keep your Saanen goat happy and healthy by ensuring that the shelter is cleaned daily, not leaking, and not drafty. Good hygiene is good for you, and good for your Saanens. Breeding Saanen goats. Saanens are ready for breeding when they are about 9 months old. However, before breeding, ensure that they weigh between 85 to 90 pounds. This is to avoid possible kidding problems. The breeding cycle of Saanen goats. Saanens will get into heat for about 2 to 3 days after every 18 to 23 days during fall. Knowing the signs when your doe gets into heat is important for successful breeding. It's at this time that you can either take your doe to a buck or arrange for a buck to be brought for breeding. Signs when Saanen goat gets into heat. Constant tail wagging. Frequent urination. Swollen vulva. Bleeding nervously. They'll be attracted to a buck. After you've noted these signs, arrange for breeding. Get a buck for your doe and take note of the date. If you don't notice the above symptoms after about 3 weeks, it's likely that the breeding was successful and your doe is now pregnant. Breeding options. As a beginner goat keeper, you'll need a high-quality buck to be assured of high milk production and superior kids. A cheaper option would be to consider taking your goat to a local high-quality buck. Bucks are expensive to keep, especially if your focus is on keeping a goat for milk. But you'll surely need them for breeding so that you start enjoying milk after your doe gives birth successfully. The other option you can consider is artificial insemination. This allows you to have full control of your doe's breeding while focusing on the breed quality. Caring for pregnant does. After successful breeding, they should give birth in about 150 days' time. Before then, pregnant will require suitable nutritious food and mineral supplements. These will keep them and the unborn kids healthy. It's possible for your Saanens to give birth to multiple kids. It's therefore important that you learn about raising goat kids. Contact your vet accordingly for advice, and to ensure that the kids get vaccinated in good time after they're born. Caring for Saanen goat kid. After your doe successfully gives birth, you're advised to take the kids away and place them in a warm place, preferably in a box. This is because they may contract certain diseases from their mom's udders. The kids can also ruin your doe's udders when suckling. You don't want this to happen, especially if your Saanen doe is also your best show goat. The young kids need to be fed about 3 to 4 times each day. Using a bottle to feed them is highly recommended. The best amount of milk, to begin with, is 24 ounces each day. You can increase this to about 36 ounces after 1 week. This amount will, however, depend on individual kids. Consider introducing hay to your Saanen baby kids after 1 week so that they can start nibbling. Being ruminants, their most essential diet as they mature are roughages. Goat disease signs you must look for. No matter how much you love and care for your Saanen goat, diseases will always strive to take control. Therefore, when raising Saanen goats, you must be in full control. If you don't, you'll lose control, and finally, lose your value does in kids. It's important that you always closely monitor your goat's behavior and personality. This will ensure that any sign of sickness is promptly detected, diagnosed, and correct treatment measures provided. Saanen goat conditions and disease signs. Saanen goat, like most goats, when healthy, should always be alert, curious, and at times mischievous. Any sudden change in your mood should be taken seriously as it may be a sign of sickness. When your goat develops a bad temper by being aggressive towards other goats or people, it may be due to physical discomfort among other factors. The underlying cause should be investigated by your vet accordingly. Healthy goats have bright, shiny eyes. Any dullness in your goat's eyes and sleepiness can be an indication of an underlying health problem. Contact your vet immediately if you notice strange signs. A sick goat will normally stop eating and avoid drinking water. You'll spot it standing alone, away from other goats, or simply lying down. This should prompt you to contact your vet immediately for appropriate and timely intervention. Always check your goat's manure for any abnormal sign. A healthy goat should have pelleted manure that is firm and consistent. Any abnormal texture or appearance should be taken seriously. Observe your goat's body for signs of swellings. Abscesses, when noted, should be taken very seriously as it's very contagious, hence a big threat to your herd. Also, check and ensure that your goat's hooves are in good health condition. Keeping Saanen goats. Important tips. When planning to start a goat dairy farming business, ensure you have a business plan before you begin keeping Saanen goats. As a commercial farmer, get the necessary training to prepare you accordingly for dairy goat farming business before you begin. Before any new Saanen goat comes to your farm, ensure they've received the right primary vaccination. Always consult with your vet accordingly.
The spring of ribbon. I do feel it comes down to two does in my mind when I look at the lineup. That's between our 3-year-old and our age doe. Trade-offs, but I do feel there's much more advantages in general appearance. A little more straightness to the foreleg of doe that's more level in the area of the loin, stronger in the area of the chine. That's our 3-year-old chicken.
You have to chase after it.
Scotty, bring your go out. When we look at the second place 3-year-old, I truly admire the memory capacity, the width that she's showing. But now comparing her to her next competition at the front of the line, I do feel there isn't a memory system advantage. A doe that's showing us more capacity, more height to the rear udder, a little bit more extension in the fore udder. She's showing us more length of body. Our age doe is our reserve today.